Hello, I am Henry John Griffin, and today I am going to be talking about having to pay to get your app put on the Google Play Store, having to pay to get your music put on MTV and all that stuff, and having to pay to invent apps and develop apps. Sometimes you can realize that your app maker may not work good. And as you can see, you only get a few choices. You don't get unlimited choices. You only get a few choices. But if I do find an app maker that has unlimited choices on what app to create, and you do get an unlimited app to create, then this is why I have cracked the WEP key on my Playphone, because I do have a WEP on my pretend phone. So anyways, I am now going to go to my settings. I'm going to go to Wi-Fi. And then here we want internet connections on the settings. On the settings, I'm going to now, on my pretend phone, search for an access point. So it's going to search for a network that has a WEP. And while I'm searching for that network, we're probably going to catch it, even if we're not close to a place. Oh, I only found a couple of open networks. So this right here is an open network. And by using an open network, I would want to connect my Playphone to this network because it makes me feel better. So, Kill Rogan, Marnie's dog is an open network. And some networks in Dangerous City do have some type of security, and that's only WEP. So Rogan, while connecting to a Dangerous City's Wi-Fi, you are now leaving your computer in danger for easier for angry thoughts to break in and steal your happy thoughts and all that stuff. Easier for angry thoughts to break in and load up mental viruses and load up mind viruses. That's why you should be careful. So I did find that my Playphone only found a couple of available open networks that could be very dangerous when accessing on this device. Okay. Any kind of mental computer device may require a password. Some of these networks may require a password to access the internet. Now, if you notice, an open network would be that you may hit the network and then you may hit the connect button. But if you do that, your device may not connect perfectly to the internet unless if you're in your house and you're connected on your own network. So this network does not belong to me. This network is not my network. But Red Zone and Angry Thoughts, if you connect to an Angry Thought Wi-Fi or hacking into a mental virus network, then you're leaving your system to it being worse. You probably are making it worse when you hack into these things. Now you want to avoid using Green Zone 1, because Green Zone 1 probably makes it easier for Angry Thoughts to hack into our mental computers and our pretend smartphones and steal our happy thoughts and other personal information. You want to be careful. You want to go to like your security settings or go to your mental computer's website and make sure that the settings are switched to green zone 2 or green zone 100. I'm going to show you at the next video. So I'm going to show you how I change the settings to green zone 5. Green zone 5 is probably less easy for anybody to break in, any negative thought, any angry thought to break in. So we want to go to our browser and we want to type in the IP address. So 192.168.1.4 and then press enter. And then once you get to the HG Internet's home page, you want to make sure you know your login information. And my login is admin. And my password is 1234567. Okay, and you press it. So you want to do a simple step. You want to block any negative thought that's trying to get in your mental computer and cause attack in your network. So that's what you want to do. You want to block a negative thought from accessing your mental computer, or block access to a neural network. A negative thought from getting access to your neural network. So we're going to go to the security option on the Playphone. This is our mental computer's router site. So we go to the settings on the Playphone, and then we want to make sure that we want it to be fully green, in the green zone fully. You want to take it from green zone 1 and change it to green zone, or how about green zone 100? That is way more safe. And way more safer, and a lot safer, makes it harder for angry thoughts to get access or connect to your mental computer network. So that's how you tell, and that's how you could solve the problem. But if you get angry, you want to then go to like something here and make sure that self-control is on. Or you could go to your settings and turn on your Playphone's green zone security system. You could enable your Playphone's green zone security system setting. And then you already have it enabled. So we're going to go to Wi-Fi, and first we're going to try to find out what makes us mad. We're going to hack into that second network and we're going to make sure to tell everybody what's making us mad. So, if credit card information is not available, or you can't put your app on the Play Store, or you can't put stuff on MTV, or your dad does not want to talk to you about the brain being a computer, or you ask him a setup question, or you ask grandma a setup question and grandma tells you that Catherine is fiction, or gives you the answer you don't like, then you could go to your settings, you could solve the problem. So go back to the home screen, tap settings, tap Wi-Fi, go to internet settings, and then turn it on. Now we want to scan for some connections. Okay, it's scanning for internet. So we just found a WEP, so that's the WEP internet. WEP stands for Wired Equivalent Privacy. So we're going to go right ahead and try to connect. So this is the password. The password to the WEP security. To crack this WEP, we're going to have to put the password. So it is Danger City Host 12. Best Club. There. Now you can hit connect. But when you're connecting to this, Green Zone City has a special security feature set up on their computer to protect this imaginary device from connecting to their Wi-Fi. or logging in, or can anybody that has this phone that has a pretend smartphone and not a real smartphone will be able to access the red zone Wi-Fi and easily connect to it. But if you do that, that will cause a glitch in your system, and that will cause your system to malfunction, get infected with malware, and possibly slow down and crash. So, I'm not saying it's going to damage your Playphone, because your Playphone is very powerful. But if you connect it to a network that's not yours, it doesn't belong to you, you're not supposed to connect to it, then the firewall it's automatically going to enable the firewall to block you from connecting to the network, because sometimes you could get in trouble by anybody else who is on the network that's surfing the internet and using their internet service providers to visit websites and browse through a whole bunch of websites and stream videos and TV shows. So, however, WEP, I do have it on my Playphone, but the firewall is automatically going to be enabled because I won't be able to connect to the network. This means I won't be able to connect to their internet, and the Playphone will not be able to connect to the internet because you're not near somewhere that has a router or has Wi-Fi, and you could easily mess up your Playphone. So, or you just only get a glitch on the browser, and that will mess up your Playphone through the browser. Not no other place, but it will mess up your Playphone through the browser. Our mental computers and Playphones are absolutely green zone restricted, green zone protected. GP stands for green zone protected. So you go to the security and then you enable your GP. You don't need to enable your GP, and it enables automatically. It enables on its own by itself. You don't need to enable JP. I mean, you don't need to enable GP because it stands for green zone. It stands for green zone protected. You don't need to do that. It's already on. There's no disabling it, and there's no enabling it. Okay, you just saw that. The street light turned on. So that is how I can tell or ensure what's hurting your mental computer / Playphone. But we also want to remember to protect it. Not connect it, avoid connecting it to an open network, just like a mechanical computer, just like a machine computer. Avoid connecting it to an open network. Avoid open networks. Disable them. Disable them. Don't ever connect this to an open network. So if you see that you hit the scan button, it says search for networks, and it's searching for available networks or access points. If it is an open network, then you're leaving your system out for bad guys and hackers to penetrate your system and install viruses. So don't connect this Play device to an open network, even if it's an imaginary device or an imaginary smartphone. Don't connect it to an open network because you're leaving your system more vulnerable when you connect it to an open network. Okay.